Right. Let's leave this a minute, see if anyone joins. Not sure if anyone will, but you never know. Oh, it's been an evening, I tell you. It has been an evening. Oh boy, has it been an evening. Hello, viewer that has joined. Sorry if I jump in before, but you know. How are you doing? Oh, you vanished. That's what's happening. Okay, so that's how it is it? Gareth from Video Tasties has told me to ignore the view counter, and I really should go live with StreamYard. I'm not in the mental place right now. I just wanted to click go live. I still have to do stuff, like put up a fancy thumbnail and stuff. Right. So it keeps popping up saying a person's viewing, a person's not, a person's viewing. Yeah, so we're a minute in now. I'll do a little show and tell of upcoming videos while we're waiting. Let's see. I have videos recorded for this 88 film Steelbook. I also have a video which I keep re-recording. You know me. I also have the video coming for this, which I should always remember. The UHD thing's at the bottom. It's the 4K version. So video's coming for that too. But not the purpose for this video. Just waiting to see if anyone else pops in. If you're in the chat, please feel free to say hello. I try to keep up with the comments as best as I can. I know it's not what this video is titled. I'm just giving it a bit of time for people to feed in. Well, hey, there's definitely a few more people according to that counter now. Right. Definitely a few more people. I have another video coming as well. I recorded it just now. Sort of why I'm a bit hopped up on energy. I am well pissed at my cinema tonight. It ain't my cinema staff's fault because it's policy. They have to follow policy. But I hate National Cinema Day. Boy, do I. Right. We've given it a few minutes now. It's 3 minutes in. So I think I'll start with my first quick review. The Spider-Man No Way Home More Fun Stuff. Doesn't say more fun stuff on my phone. And I realized after starting this that I can't show you the multiple screens. So, yeah. Let's see if it'll cover my face, if it'll actually show you. There you go. Spider-Man No Way Home. That's my ticket from earlier. Really a bit briefly weird. But yeah. It's... My phone needs charging. Lol. Just as fantastic as I remember it. I thoroughly enjoyed going into it the first time. I did not like all the stuff they added in. I won't go into details because I want people to go out and see it. In fact, for all I know, it could be what's on the 4K, which I haven't bought yet because Sony is stingy, didn't put a slipcover with it. But I will get a custom slipcover. I do plan on getting one because I've seen a few on eBay for when I get it. So it could be what's on the Blu-ray. 4K, sorry. It could be what's on the 4K. But I really enjoyed a lot of the interaction between Toby, Andrew, and Tom. Now, they're not Tom's not my favorite. I garnered a new appreciation for the Amazing Spider-Man films after starting Tom's run. And Toby will always be my favorite of all the Spider-Man films. Hey, Sophie, how are you? Just ranting about stuff. Well, not really ranting, but yeah, just started to talk Spider-Man. It was, like I said, a lot of the filler felt sometimes a bit too much. Like for one example I will give about the filler that I thought was too much. There's an extended interview sequence, and it went too long. It was rather awkward at points as well. I won't say why, but yeah. If you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, More Fun Stuff, I rate it slightly better than I rated it the normal version that was released in cinemas. It is definitely worth going to see. So if you can get out and avoid all the ignorant twats, excuse my language, go out and do it. Yes, thank you, Sophie. I am doing well. I'm slightly irritated. Video coming up about why, but since you're here, I will tell you. Bunch of rude people at the cinema today because it's National Cinema Day, meaning all tickets are £3. The barrier for entry was so low that people just wanted to throw money at the cinema to make asses of themselves. So, yeah. Evan is currently had a bad flare up with their fibro, so they're lying down. Thank you very much for the thoughts. So, yes, it's my reviews are small, sloppy, they're not intense. If you liked Spider-Man No Way Home, you will love Spider-Man No Way Home, More Fun Stuff. I don't even think it's called More Fun Stuff when it's actually if it's the release on the Blu-ray or the 4K. Again, you guys let me know in the comments. Or I mean, I don't know if you'll know, Sophie. Is the Spider-Man No Way Home that was just released in the cinema with the extended version, is that the release that was on the 4K? Yeah, exactly. Can't stand rude people. I can't either. Oh, blood was boiling tonight. My blood was boiling. Because I have explosive anger as well, I've gotten to a place of zen where I have to either calm myself or risk getting thrown out, because it's not a simple case of, can you please be quiet? I'm the shut the fuck up, you ignorant bleep, 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 bleep person. I lose my shit completely, because you go to the cinema to enjoy the movie. You don't go to ruin it for others. So there's that. Exactly. It's not pleasant. I've spent my entire life, I would say I've spent the last 7 years almost constantly thinking about what I have to say or do next. Because if I don't, I run the risk of going, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to yell at people. I hate that. I hate the fact that sometimes I get that angry. But apart from that, which didn't actually happen in Spider-Man, really, it was a few but nothing serious. The serious one came in E.T. the Extraterrestrial 40th anniversary, which I swear, a kid stomped up the cinema stairs, stomped his way back down, jumping off the bottom step to make extra noise, and a bunch of girls throughout the entire fucking thing. Sorry, I'm swearing. I tried to do this as a way of trying to calm myself, but I'm swearing still. Oi. Well, the thing is, as I mentioned in my video that I want to upload at some point, again, I've no problem telling you, there's new policy in place. Unlike when, years and years ago, where you could go to the staff and say, this person's being rude, talking, shouting throughout the whole movie, then they would go straight up to them and say, look, you either be quiet, enjoy the movie, or we have to ask you to leave. Now they have to specifically catch the person in the act. They can't just be told, oh, person in seat K2 is talking throughout the entire movie. Can you please go do something? they'll say, "Oh, we'll see what we can do, sir." And then periodically, slightly more than they normally do, they will poke their head through the door at the top back or the bottom. They'll poke their heads in just to try and catch them. But they can't actually walk straight up to them and say anything anymore. I've no idea why. Could be the snowflake age we're in. Not a clue. But that's the case. And like I said, it took all of my being to just try to enjoy ET tonight. And yes, I cried. I cried. Not bawling, but weepy, if you know what I mean. I got weepy. Have you seen, Sophie, E.T. the Extraterrestrial? Because I don't want to say anything if you haven't. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't. It's definitely one of those movies that you need to see. As in, you know, everyone needs to see this movie at least once. Yeah. Stretch. It's just a shame I can't click on the comments in the comments and, you know, show them up on this. Unfortunately, YouTube's Go Live doesn't work that way. Right. Right. Well, I'll go under the assumption you haven't seen it then. But there is a part in the film that it's sadness happens in the film. And I couldn't, you know, I wasn't crying, but I had to, you know, dry my eyes. And yeah. E.T. the Extraterrestrial 40th Anniversary is a fantastic movie. Give him a slap for me. Jason, behave. I was talking about E.T. Have you seen E.T.? Because I don't want to spoil it if you haven't. See, that's the thing. No need to be worried about that, because when you watch it, if you haven't watched it before, the very start of it, it comes across like a horror movie. It comes across like you're watching Poltergeist or something. So I understand. But yes, the moment when, spoiler alert for people, mute me, and when you see me do this for another time, you can unmute me. When it's most of the way through the movie, E.T. and Elliot are on the beds next to each other, and Elliot slowly starts to get better, and they realize E.T. is sacrificing himself just so Elliot can live. That, the sacrifice, was what made me a bit, you know, bally-eyed. Those girls next to me were laughing their heads off. I honestly do not understand how people can be like that. Laughing their bleeding heads off at E.T. in that position. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm old. I mean, I was telling someone about how one of the first few times I watched it was on my 12-inch black and white TV, you know, with the antenna stuff. Well, yeah, I'm not a fan of wrestling, not watched it for a while. Couldn't say I am. A lot of people are telling me since Vince has left, it's starting to change again, but I don't know. I've not been a fan since before WCW Invasion. Now, I don't know if you know what that was, but yeah, it went right downhill for me. I was a huge Aggression Era fan. But I mean, when I started watching it, it was Hulkamania foot in full force, proper Hulkamaniac. So yeah, that's basically it. That was basically it. Yeah, Gareth, I understand exactly what you're talking about, and welcome. I don't know how much of the talk about the films you heard, but to summarize it for you, Spider-Man, more fun stuff, fantastic, better than Spider-Man original release of No Way Home. And E.T. the Extraterrestrial, yes, I cried. It's Clash at the Castle. It's in the Cardiff currently. Yes. So, thank you very much for joining me, Gareth and Sophie. This was going to be a short one. I wanted to give it time for people to jump in. And really, I should give it like 5 to 10 minutes before people jump in. E.T.'s not your thing. Oh, fighting words. Fighting words. Fighting words. So, thank you very, very much. Don't worry, Sophie. I'm going now anyway. Very much appreciate you joining, chatting with me for this little bit. And thank you, Gareth, for joining. As I said, my 2 reviews, I really enjoyed them both. But if it's not your thing, then not your thing. To anyone else who's just watching and not commented, I appreciate you watching. And for people watching it back, I appreciate even you guys watching. So thank you very much, Gareth, Video Tasties. Subscribe to him. And Sophie's Retro Revival, subscribe to her. Sophie, I'm still waiting on that Hitchcock thing. You've probably gone by now, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm waiting on that Hitchcock set reviews. I'm really watching for that. You guys take it easy, and I will see you all in a future video.